very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico Kabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Ishala, Nina Cosa Hanson, Nana Jama, and Yana Farosi, Okonana, all the other and then saw no totua yaba no one
But you know what? I would like you to know that someone is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.
The more your land will be taken from you, the more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Nigeria, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. Why did the government brought them in? Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to something. You come to Ohadi. You come to everybody. You come to Agule. You come to Ebo. You take our resources. Sell it. Get the money. And now you're building a way to get money. And you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria. One Nigeria. I think you maybe not. You are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax, everything. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport. Refinery. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. We are in one Nigeria. You're not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out, pages of the newspaper, to give the world giving the impression that everything is okay. When things go and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back to say Nigeria is one. You must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You're marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You are suffering. They are killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I'm a Democrat, I'm subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Biafra wrote to President Biden. In it, Biafra said, come and help us fight terrorism in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep putting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said that because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not people. When I say they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting them. Most of them are people. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where we are born, where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever, we pray. He say. One thing is obvious that I want to remind the zoo this very evening is that we are indestructible. And we are not going to stop until we get what we're looking for. What we're asking for is simply a referendum that will lead us to the democracy, the freedom, the liberation that Biafra portends, not just for the trapped and subdued indigenous populations in the damnable contraption called Nigeria, but the whole of Africa as well. Because right now we are in a state of war. We are in a state of war. It is the express wish of the Fulani Caliphate to kill our people. Their plan during the war was to kill every male, every adult, male and female, up to the age of 10, and then groom them to become Janjaweed slaves. That was what happened. They tried that experiment with a few people. Emeka was one of them. Go and ask. Some of you do not understand your history. You have no idea where you're coming from. That is why some of you do not know where you're going to. That is why fools like Omahi are confused. That is why they do not understand what we are confronting, what we are facing. I want Dave Omahi to understand something very, 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 very carefully. To pay attention to what I have to say. You were against IPOB. Your army, your police, you people are the ones inviting the army to come and kill your own people. Our land is the way it is today because of Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma thought that we are in the era of 2017, 2018, 2019. Bring the Fulani army to come, kill one or two people, and everything will be quiet. No, not anymore. They are going to die in our land. Some of you idiots, some of the people, some of you should I say, natural born saboteurs and traitors. Some of you fools that can never see what the enemy is doing to you is only when there is a retaliation that you start to yap and to complain. I want to remind each and every one of you that Nigeria has been killing us since 1945. Since 1945. And your peaceful agitation never got you anywhere. Begging and pleading never got you anywhere. They killed in 1945, killed in 1953, killed in 1950. In fact, every year since 1945, they've been killing you. They slap you on one side, you turn the other one. That was why they cut off the head of Akaloka. Nobody said anything or did anything about it. That is why none of you is amongst the Security Council in the zoo. You don't even understand. You don't even reason very well. You think that by saying yes, sir, to everything that Fulani says, that they will love you. You are a fool. Therefore, why you are an idiot? You are a fool, a complete idiot. You should have focused on your 419. You should have used your computer to be scamming white people. That is your job. Or that was your job, and maybe it still is. Before you became the Fulani picked you up. Because what the Fulanis did was to go and pick up vagabonds in our land to make them governors. And yourself. Will you people come out in the public to speak? When our land was our land, can you people come outside to speak? Because in our land, once you are a criminal, you will not be allowed to speak in public. Once you are a thief, you can never be allowed to speak in the gathering of the elders. It's impossible. You cannot do it. But of course, we are living in strange times. We are living in the time of the Fulani Janjaweed. That was, if not that people rose up and said, no, Ararume would have been the governor of Imo State today. Another criminal, another murderer, another killer. These are the type of vagrants that the Fulanis are bringing to come and lead us. Dave Umahi, you're telling me you don't understand what happened to your people. You don't understand that we lost 5 million people. Look at all the commissioners of police saying, oh, don't come outside. No, you can go. Dishonor the dead. Don't remember your heroes. Let me remind you what they did to you, because some of you do not know. As they were running from the aircraft, as the massacre was going on, there were Igbo people amongst the custom officers, and they dropped their chalk and they fled, only to be shot in the main terminal by other soldiers. I hope, Dave, you're listening to me very carefully. I am not the person to remind you to honor the dead. Because with great position comes great responsibility. I don't want to denigrate the death of Abiola because he did very well for his people. The Yoruba political leaders, they fought and agitated until June 12 became a public holiday. Is that not true? One man, one Yoruba man. And we lost over 5 million people. Do you see why you people are not leaders? Why you're not cut out to lead? Have you not seen Netanyahu stand before the whole world during the commemoration of Holocaust that happened in Europe? Every blessed year. Every blessed year. Have you not seen Her Britannic Majesty, the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, stand at the cenotaph the 11th of November every blessed year to remember those that fought and died for their country? Do you also know, Dave Umahi, in your stupidity, you don't even begin to acknowledge that had all these men that perished in the trenches had they not died in the trenches, look at what is happening in Plateau, look at what is happening in Taraba, look at what is happening in what's it called, in Benue. Look at what is even happening in Niger State. The same thing, look at what is happening in Yoruba land. The same thing could have been happening to us today. Let me tell you something that you don't know. Because these men fought and died for us. They gave us hope. That was the job of Ojukwu. Ojukwu was the Moses of our time, our trailblazer. God used Ojukwu to say to us, there is a promised land somewhere called Biafra. Only when you people are worthy will I lead you to that land. Israelites were wandering all over the wilderness for 40 years. We have been wandering now for over 50 years because of our sinful nature, because of our wickedness against our own people. This same army that killed our people and slaughtered us is the same army that you criminals are inviting into our land to kill the same people, that their fathers were killed by the same vagabonds that you're bringing in. Do you see why we despise, why you people are lower than vermin? One, you don't even know your responsibilities. You have no idea what it means to be a leader. You don't have a clue what it means to be a leader of a people. You people should have been the ones directing us and saying, these are the days we honor. These are the things we are going to do. Did you take the lead? The answer is no. Until IPOB came, or until Chukwu Kikabiyama determined that we should come. Instead of you to say, this is a very laudable initiative. How do we get the government of Nigeria to acknowledge 30th of May as the day that a grave injustice was done to a particular race? You idiots, due to what I will call political expediency, you are more or less interested in safeguarding your own private political position. Shame on all of you. Some of you say, oh, but the Yoruba agitators, they don't insult their leaders. But their leaders fought for the death of one man, one single man, Abiola, to be recognized and immortalized in the calendar of, should I say, Nigerian politics. You lost over 5 million people out of cowardice and fear. You can't even rise up to defend or argue for the right of these people to be remembered. Do you see why you're not leaders and can never lead? All of you are rent boys. What people are doing, you are Yahoo, you're just in office serving Fulani interest. And you claim you're governors. No matter if I were to be a governor, or had I been a governor in our land, there is no amount of provocation that would make me to go to Abuja to beg for Fulani soldiers to come into our land to kill our people. I will never do it. Never. Not in a billion years. But it goes to show the level of hatred that these people have for us. It goes to show the extent they are prepared to go in order to subdue the truth. And Dave Umahi is the one championing it. Why are you threatening people with their economic livelihood? Why? Their means of survival. Why? Because you know you will lose. In a straight fight, you will lose. I suppose Adama is now losing. You people can make all the noise you like. You can come out and talk whatever rubbish. You can falsify the news. You can pay all the journalists in the zoo to write your own narrative. That's entirely your business. But the truth will always speak for itself. And the truth of the matter is that you people cannot win this very war. You cannot win it. Not in a 3 long years, you cannot win. Nobody in history has ever defeated a volunteer army of the people. Go and read history. Nobody ever. Go and study it very, very well. We are in very critical times. If you go to my page, you will read it. I only tweeted a bit of it so that others can see. If you Google it, Times Magazine of London, 7th of October 1966, you will see what they did to us in your so-called one Nigeria. If after going through this, if after reading all this, you still believe in one Nigeria as a Biafran, more or less as an Igbo person, as an Efik person, as an Ibibio person, then believe you me, there is something fundamentally wrong with your brain cells. You're not well. And these are the people that the likes of Ojo Zokalo, Dave Umahi are forcing us to belong to. These are the people that killed us. Imagine what our soldiers will be thinking in their graves, wherever they're lying today. That the same people that came to annihilate our race are being invited into our land to continue the killing by those that claim they are political leaders. And you want me to respect you? How is that possible? How is that possible, I ask you? How? If not for IPOB, would anybody remember 30th of May? Of course not. But you are political leaders. We are the leaders. We want to go. Look at the idiot. So after this very pathetic and hopeless display of cowardice and mediocrity, you think I will allow you to go to Abuja to go and negotiate on behalf of IPOB? Is that what you think? One following will look at you, you will start wetting your pants. Your bosses ought to be soaked in your money because you're a coward, a wretched coward. The only place you people have strength in this life is to bring army to attack your own people. That is the only time that you're human. That is the only time you want to exercise your powers. But when Mietiala was raping and killing my mothers, you wretched, idiotic coward Dave Umahi came on television and was crying like a little baby. Did you ask the army to come to kill Mietiala or to flush them out of Ebonyi State? No, you did not. I gave the order to the men on the ground. And today, we have rid Ebonyi State of Mietiala terrorist group. You did not do it. We did it. Not you. The only time it matters to you is to bring in army to kill your people. That is the only time you people have courage and strength. That is why you people don't deserve to live. I'm telling you the truth. You people are evil, beyond evil. Look at Gani Adams. Iba Gani Adams. Look at Akintoye. Professor Akintoye, look at Sunday Igboho. Let me ask all you idiots from the East, fools. How many times have you heard any so-called Yoruba intelligentsia or politician rise up and say, arrest them all, kill them all, do this, do. How many times I'm asking you? How many times? Yet you don't learn anything. That is why Fulanis are begging Yoruba every day, begging them, we'll give you this, don't break away. But look at you idiots begging every day. Oh, yes, sir, yes, yes, Alhaji, yes, Alhaji. You have nothing, but you don't learn. You're not intelligent, all of you. So-called governors, you don't know nothing. They come, they promise you Senate president. The only people that had about 6 or 7 Senate presidents, the only one group of people out of their idiocy. When Fulani now saw all this nonsense, with the help and support of the British, their white masters. Ordinary Senate president you can no longer have, you can no longer get, you can no longer enjoy, never again. The time they gave it to you, it was like ping pong. After this person is that, what's that man's name again? I've forgotten his name. After that, it was Chubakadib. After Chubakadib, it was Payasan. After Payasan, oh my God in heaven, only one people. The same thing you're doing today, devil, all of you idiotic governors. That's what you're doing. And when you were doing it, you thought you were doing your people a great service, but you were doing them a greater disservice. Do you know why? After all that nonsense you did, thinking you're serving the zoo, you're serving your passenger, all of you are loyal, you go behind the back. Evans undermined Chubakadibu. Chubakadibu came out and undermined God knows whoever. The other person, Payasan, came. One bara came. Only you people. Only one people. And when you were doing it, you thought you were advancing your political careers. But today, look at the consequences. No Igbo man holds any meaningful position, not even deputy, none. That tells you that the path you people are traveling is disastrous. Disastrous. What stops you from, there is something called magnanimity. What stops all these governors from being magnanimous? To say, okay, you people, you've done very well so far. Let us take it over from here. Every 30th of May, there's going to be a lockdown of all our land. At least, if you try it only once, believe you me, the next day your phone will ring, and that your boyfriend, that your lover, that Alhaji that is loving you, he will upgrade you maybe from one room to the penthouse of the hotel, maybe a Transcorp, where they're using you people in Abuja, because you're all rent boys. We know that for sure. We know that before they give you any position, that's what they do. They will sleep with you. Isn't that what they do to all of you? All these people you call your governors, ask them who doesn't have a boyfriend that is an Alhaji in the north. But they are married with kids. That is why they have no soul. The Fulani will need to do that to them. It's called Dandaudu, in order to remove the humanity from them. If you don't know, let me tell you. These are the idiots. Some of you, wretched. I don't know how to describe you. These are the idiots you call your leaders. Do you know the meaning of leadership? Do you even understand the meaning of leadership? Look at Yoruba governors. They are singing Yoruba national anthem in their schools. Compare that to the idiots that you have in Biafra land. Dave Romahi. That is a local, I don't know how to put it in English language. We'll see. I am warning everybody tonight, if you come out on the 31st on Monday, you are going to die. I don't want Nigerian army to kill you and then you start blaming people that are innocent. Because some of you hate yourselves. Self-hatred is the key killer of the destiny of the East. Self-hatred. When you hate yourself, other people will hate you 4 times over. If you come out on the 31st, I'm warning everybody you're going to die. That very day down. And should the zoo army attempt any stupidity, they will be confronted on that very day too. I want people to leave the roads open. Can you hear the zoo on the 31st? Leave the zoo will suffer. And all of you informants, let me warn you, if you know your brother, your uncle, your sister is an informant, please prepare for their burial because they're going to die. If you're an Eze, Igwe, PG, all these people, and you are pointing hand, saying you Muslims, you are agitating for Sharia in the north, did anybody stop you? But you're in our land. You're in our land. Telling us what to do. I mean, I said it before and allow me to repeat. As soon as Biafra comes, at every entry point into Biafra, every seaport, every airport, every land crossing, there will be a DNA kit. We'll have a sample of Fulani Janjaweed DNA on one side. And we'll have a sample of Biafran DNA on another side. We'll test everybody coming in and leaving. If you have Fulani Janjaweed DNA inside you, we'll send you back to the Sahel. You go there and live with them. You people make me sick. They don't understand that they're making us stronger. You don't know. Go and look at the history of freedom fighting. You are making us stronger. Hitler killed 6 million Jews, thinking after killing them, somehow the Jews will bow and submit. Today, Israel has the best army in the whole world. That's how human life is. I want to let Dave Omahi understand something. Take your phone. Some of you have 3 or 4 phones. Take one of your phones. Tell that your phone, your mobile phone, you're holding in your right or left hand, I'm going to use you to injure my body. You see, this body you're going to suffer. Start to rub your phone on a particular spot at the back of your arm or anywhere of your body. Keep rubbing it. Every day, keep rubbing it. You know, previously your skin used to be very soft. But as time goes on, you will find out that that place you've been rubbing all the time, putting pressure all the time, has acquired some measure of hardness. That is human nature for you. And I want every Fulani Janjaweed to do this very, very simple experiment. Take any object, be rubbing it against your skin slowly. That's your skin that is very soft. After 3 or 4 days, you will notice that that part you've been rubbing all the time has developed a semblance of toughness. Even in nature, nature do not capitulate. What makes you think that we are going to capitulate? Impossible. Maybe your father is a permanent secretary, or maybe minister, or maybe commissioner, or maybe eating from Hope Uzodema or Dave Omahi. Maybe they gave you a contract. All of you. Nobody is stopping you from enjoying whatever you're enjoying with government. But allow those fighting for their freedom to fight for their freedom. You have no right to intervene. Allow me to, on the 31st, if you come outside, you will die. If you're a road transporter, if you're a transport worker or whatever, you know how people behave. They want to try. Who can tell me what to do? I'm going to drive. That day you will perish. On the 31st, you will perish. So that when you die, and go to the world beyond, you will meet the likes of Ikonso, and they will even deal with her. They're dealing with that idiot at Atahiru right now. Do you understand me? The era of our idiocy has come and gone. All that, the era of the Fulefu has finished in 2021. If you finish writing all your rubbish, on Monday you will sit at home. On Monday you'll be inside your house. Because there are places in our land where foolishness is in very high supply. Omaha is one of them. One of the most foolish places we have on this earth is Omaha, my so-called hometown. Very foolish people. That was the last headquarters of Biafra before Biafra fell. But they are very, very foolish. But on Monday, we are going to teach them a lesson on Monday. Let them come out again to go to Ban Market, to go and open shop. I want anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman, because we cannot come together to fight. But the time has come. We must come together to fight everywhere. Can you imagine? Do you think that a Southern Commissioner of Police in Kano will tell them what to do? They will cut off his head that same night. But an idiot can come to our land and tell us what to do. They'll give money to punch this way, give money to all these corrupt journalists. They will write whatever rubbish. And you're claiming you're serving the people when you're serving the enemy. The Nigerian army cannot fight any war or battle. They are cowards. Anytime they are defeated, they will go to the nearest village to look for who to kill. I was told that they plan to go to Ihiala tonight because they are cowards. Go to the bush and look for people who are looking for you. You're going from house to house, doing showman, gara gara, as if what you're doing on the road affects people in the bush. You think they give a damn about what you're doing on the road? If you like, go to a village and bomb it till the kingdom come. It cannot stop men from the bush from coming out to do their work. And for the very first time on the 31st, in the next 2 days, I will give the order. If there is any stupidity anywhere, I will give the order for ESN to leave the bushes and come out on the streets. From the 31st, day after tomorrow. Allow me to warn all your governors now. Any state governor starting from Dave Umahi, I swear to God Almighty in heaven, if you try any rubbish from the 31st, by trying to penalize anybody opening their 31st, I will ask you not to actually also, because you're a fool, a complete idiot you are. Go back to your 419. You have lived all your life 419 as these days. I look at you and I laugh at you. In the time of the ancients, once there is, a whiff of or word that this family that they give birth to thieves, believe you me, all of that name, that lineage, you will die a natural death. Because nobody will agree to marry into that family. And nobody will come there to take their daughters. That's how we are as a people. An ex-419, a murderer and a killer, was installed in Imo State, and he had the temerity. Nobody told him about what has gone before. That you don't come outside to challenge the will of God. Everything IPOB does is the will of God Almighty in heaven. That is why we pray the way we do. That is why we comport ourselves the way we do. That is why we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is why we are without blemish. Insofar as the restoration of Biafra is concerned, without blemish, I'm telling you. That is why everything I say comes to pass. That is why everything that IPOB touches turns into gold. That is why we are unstoppable. That is why, despite the fact that politicians do not support us, despite the fact that all the so-called money bags do not support us, today we are the largest, most potent mass movement anywhere on earth. We are formidable. IPOB. IPOB is a spirit. When you provoke us, we turn into monsters. But in the main, we are peace-loving people. Because we are the children of God Almighty in heaven. Without God, how can we be where we are today? I ask you. With nothing. That today we give a command and the whole world stands still. Do you think it is us that is doing it? It is God Almighty in heaven, using us as instruments to make the manifestation of his will upon the lives of his children a reality in their time. That's exactly what we are doing. IPOB is a monster, I'm telling you. I commend all of you. All of you, I commend each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. We are doing that which is right before God Almighty in heaven and the sons of men on this very earth. There was the only people that actually did something decent. The decent coverage was by Vanguard newspaper. I think it's one correspondent who wrote it. It's called, what's his name again? I think a lot of them put this very piece together. Very many of them. I think Vincent Ujumadu, Festus Ahon, Chidi Wapara, Chinonsa Lozio, Gochupu, Steve Oko is there, Ikechiku, Odu Chinedu, Adon, all of them, Chimobi Wiwu, Wabwezi Okonkwo, they went out onto the streets to ask questions. Because in the morning of this very this historic lockdown, not sit at home, lockdown of Biafra land yesterday. They sought permission to say, please, if we move about to us, we said to them, as long as you're a journalist, nothing's going to happen to you. Go and ask questions. And they did. They did. Let me give you a few headlines as to what Biafrans did yesterday. The zoo is still in a shock. That was why some people hurriedly were putting their propaganda together. 4 ESN operatives killed, arms recovered, all these idiots. Even some fools used the name of Professor Akintoye to be writing rubbish, thinking I will respond to it. I know that's what Tinubu is doing. That's the way they operate. They think they can use the media to hoodwink and bamboozle all of us. They don't know that we're in a media age, and this generation is very, very savvy. They can discern, they can understand, they can interpret. Socio-economic activities paralyzed in Enugu, Ebonyi, Anambra, Abia, Asaba, and Rivers. Which are you listening? You know, that is, sometimes I wonder what Yoruba journalists gain by being mischievous and evil. There are some professions that doesn't actually suit black people. Any profession in this life that requires you to use your conscience to work for the benefit of humanity, a black person should not be occupying that position. I will enumerate later on. For the first time, Omoahia, the streets were empty. Omoahia, where I come from, is known for their stupidity and idiocy. Arguably one of the most un-Biafran and idiotic set of people on the face of this very earth. The Ibeku that I come from, very foolish. Most of you don't know that Agu Ironsi is an Ibeku man. It's from my clan. Do you know that? Do you know that the first general in the history of Nigeria, if not the whole of Africa, I mean battlefield general, not quota general, the person, the people that gave Ironsi his generalship were white people, not blacks. White. Oyibo. Ironsi was a battlefield general, not quota general. Agree. The first general, the first indigenous commander of the Nigerian army is from Ibeku, my clan, my village. Or should I say my mother's village in Duma? It's from Omwana. Ibeku. We produced the first military head of state, the first general ever, battlefield general, even general before the zoo became an independent flag, independent enclave of the British. And that Ibeku, if you ask them to sit at home, they'll be talking rubbish. That is why they were ignored. History forgot about them. It's my land, yes. History forgot about them completely because of their idiocy and stupidity. Omoahia is the land that produced Dr. Michael Obara. The same way Omoahia produced Ironsi, Omoahia produced Dr. Michael Obara. The man, according to Harvard Review, not black paid newspaper or magazine, according to Harvard Review, the fastest growing economy in the world, the man that made it possible. It was Obara's miracle, economic miracle, that frightened Britain. That was why they organized the first coup, so that they can slaughter us. That man is from Omoahia. The only black man in the history of the world to grow the economy of his region faster than any other economy in the world, including USA, including Britain, including Japan, everybody else. Number one in the world is from Omoahia. Yet if you ask Omoahia, they don't even know who they are. That's why they are foolish. But I think yesterday they came back to their senses, and I commend them. Of course, Aba is always there. Aba and Onisha, how can I forget? Aba and Onisha. I salute them immensely. And they say better late than never. Enugu did very well, and I commend them. Ebonyi, of course, was there too. Enugu did, except people were lamenting. After my program yesterday morning, people started calling and lamenting. Some were calling my lawyers and lamenting and saying, how can he say this thing about Enugu? Enugu is complying. All we want is total compliance everywhere. Because Biafra doesn't belong to me. I'm only preaching the gospel that heaven asked me to preach. Biafra is your own. You are fighting for a better future for your children, away from the horrible torment of Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate. Biafra is yours. It doesn't belong to me. When we ask you to sit at home, you must comply. It's for your own good and the good of your children. Today, haven't you heard that the whole world is reverberating to the success that was recorded? We are the very best of the best. And I must commend Governor Obiano for building the cenotaph. He built it last year. I think it was last year he built it, but this year, you know, our people, you know, Biafrans, everything takes time. Everything takes time. I'm sure in the next 2-3 years, if this tradition continues, the whole world, only then will the world recognize that there was genocide against us. So you don't know that? If you don't say you're somewhere, nobody will quote you that you're there. We cannot be going around and saying to the world, a great injustice was done to Biafra, or Zemen, when you yourself, you're not doing anything about it. Days like yesterday is what will bring to the fore the level of injustice and mayhem visited upon Biafran people. Only then will the world consider Biafra genocide as being worthy to be mentioned in the book of those that have been killed unjustly in the history of man. I said it yesterday and I want to say it again today that I'm commending Governor Willie Obiano, Ugwuanyi, Ikpeazu, Umahi, and Okowa of Delta State. Very, very critical. That I commend them because of the role that they played. Everybody got together and made sure that this happened. Imo State was not locked down. Thank you, my dear brother. It was chained. I claim Imo State chained. Apple. Imo State was chained. That whole way was chained. No army, no police, nobody, no bagger there to move. On that chain. Lock and key. Over the municipality channels TV. You know what I'm going there. Not you think if you appear so many times on channels TV to impress your lover, Tambual, somehow they will believe you? Is that what you think? During referendum, you are talking like a drunken fool. During referendum, you only have one vote. Me, Nnamdi Kanu, only one single vote. Do you want Biafra to be free or do you want to remain in Nigeria? Simple. That day you cast your vote. Only one vote you will cast. You little demon. Idiots like you. After maybe 2 years, you come down there. Then it goes in here, if we don't get you before then. I say it out in the open. I don't hide it. You went, that as I've been saying, I want to go to Hague. I want to be tried in a law court anywhere in the world where all the facts about the zoo, all the nonsense you fools have been doing will be brought to public knowledge. That day, the whole world will know what you've been up to. Mad people. You remember there was a time even African referees were not allowed to referee any match because they are corrupt. As black people for you. I don't want to spend time educating channels TV and the wannabe Hitler Wike on how Rivers was created, but I'll just touch upon it very briefly. Wike, I want you to understand that Rivers State, go to Wikipedia. After Rivers State, you will see a bracket. There, inside it is Igbo, IGBO, for information. Maybe tomorrow you pay them to change it. Oh, dear me. You were created in 1967. 27th of May, 1967, you were created. Remember what I told you people about Children's Day, 27th of May. Some of you don't know these things, but I will teach you. Children's Day that you are celebrating coincides with the day that River State was created. That was the day that the Eastern Consultative Assembly gave Ojukwu the mandate to declare Biafra. That same day, The British intelligence got wind of it through BBC correspondent in Enugu. And Britain called Gowon and told Gowon what was happening and gave Gowon this advice. That they themselves, being the British, the best way they have used over the centuries to conquer people is by dividing them. Divide them first, then you go and conquer them. Divide and rule. And go on that same 27 children, as I told you, the reason why they call it Children's Day. People don't know how important 27th of May is. It was on that same day as they were deliberating that River State was created. That same day. Are you following? People didn't actually go to school, writing rubbish and talking nonsense about the Constitution and all that rubbish. I look at them and I laugh because they are not educated. They didn't go to school. I went to Government College Umuahia, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, of course, SBS, Iguacha, School of Basic Studies in Port Harcourt. I went to London Metropolitan University. We are well read. I go because we are well read. We know what we're talking about. On that 27th of May, as British intelligence MI5 got wind of the fact that the Eastern Consultative Assembly had granted Ojukwu the right to proclaim Biafra on the 27th, they told Gowon to divide Biafra. That same day, and River State was created. Weak, are you listening? Because you don't know history. You're a fool. You know this Rivers. I'm a Rivers man. Rivers man. How old are you? You're just like those shouting one Nigeria every blessed day. Idiotic, moronic set of people. A man is 80-something years old, older than Nigeria by over 20-something years. And I'm asking you, before you became a Nigerian, who were you? They cannot answer. That is one thing I hold against Nigerians. And I will keep on holding it until their shame will sink into them. Wike, I'm asking you, how old were you in 1967? Wike, I'm asking you. That was when your Rivers was created. And you proceeded to go and start stealing properties belonging to your brothers. Because you don't want the land to kill you. That's why you said you are no longer Igbo. Idiot like you. If some of you have been following the news lately, you will see that they said it has passed the second reading or third reading, their restructuring bill. In that restructuring bill, they are now proposing to create a new state called an Neoma state with the capital in Ahaba, which some of you call Asaba, of course, because you're ignorant, you're all products of colonial rule anyway. And they plan to add it into Southeast. Ahaba, Delta State, and Neoma, but not River State. Because Fulani is very lazy. They need to do to the rest of you what they did to Ogoni people. Then your eyes will open. By the time they'll be dealing with you, you'll be shouting and nobody will listen to you. Allow Wike to keep misleading all of you, like the idiots that some of you are. We used to have the same problem everywhere around Biafra land until we said no, enough is enough. We can go on, created you, Rivers, 27th of May 1967, the same day that the lies of Frank Opigo from Okrika, for your information, and a German was in Enugu advising Ojukwu. That same period, that same day, that same 27th, Ojukwu said, what shall we call this our new nation? After they had passed the resolution. And a German, I'm saying this because of this Niger Delta, I'm a nation, all that rubbish. I want you to listen to me very carefully. And a German rose up, Chief Frank Opigo, and said, the name of our new nation shall be Biafra. And Ojukwu asked him, why Biafra? Because Ojukwu himself, even a historian, an Oxford-trained historian, did not know. Frank Opigo whispered to him, not in here, I will tell you later. what Biafra means. Do you know how God works? Ojukwu did not quibble. He did not argue. If Ojukwu wanted to dominate other people, if Igbos had wanted to dominate other people, Ojukwu would have just said, this new nation shall be called Igbo nation, isn't it? But you see, these people, I don't know. They said that the zoo army is in Abao, they're looking for trouble. When they get it them, they start complaining. Nigerian army is now in Aba, perambulating and patrolling, looking for who to kill. When the angels find them now and send them to God for judgment, you start writing rubbish. Now they're patrolling inside Aba, you cannot ask them to go back to the barracks and sit down. Because something is happening. As I was saying before, those zoo vermins interrupted my train of thought. That same 27th of May, 1967, that day is very, very critical, I'm telling you. As Frank Opigo and a Joe man, was telling Ojukwu, later on I will tell you why I recommended that the name should be Biafra. And the Holy Spirit was upon Ojukwu. God was, angels from heaven were ministering to him, telling him, listen to Frank Opigo. And as soon as Chief Opigo finished, Ojukwu said the new name shall be Biafra. If Ojukwu had domineering tendencies, if the Igbos wanted to lord it over every other person, to conquer them, I think Ojukwu should have insisted on the place answering Igbo nation, isn't it? That's pure common sense, as the Fulanis are doing to the Hausa people up north. Isn't it? Of course, Ahaba is the name be told. Ahaba, Asaba is Ahaba. The name is Ahaba. Go there. If you go to Asaba tomorrow morning, you see the name there, Ahaba. Go and ask the traditional ruler. The Asaba of Asaba. Go and ask him, what is your name? You tell him that. If you go to his palace, you go to Ahaba. That's the name. Like Ahabi Meni. Who doesn't know that? Is it all this nonsense, these corrupt, useless Yoruba journalists are writing every day that you're reading? That's why people who are born in Lagos sometimes, to be honest with you, I don't quite see them as normal people, to be honest with you. I'm being honest too. All these people that grew up in Lagos and Kano, all these places, they know nothing in their brain. They're the ones that will insist. The name is Asaba. It's Ahaba. Go there to Ahaba, you will see it. As you have Ahabi Meni. Common sense, they don't have. They claim they're educated. I went to school. I have PhD. Do you know who I am? Whereas your brain is empty. You know nothing, absolutely nothing. Ojukwu adopted the name Biafra. As Ojukwu was giving us the name Biafra, christening us Biafra, according to the advice of Chief Frank Opigo, one idiot or somewhere called Go On is saying, I'm going to divide you. I'm going to create Cross River, and I'm going to create a Goja State, and I'm also going to create River State. True or false? We can. I throw like you. What do you know? You go on channels and you're talking like somebody that fell from a palm palm tree. It's bad, huh? I throw like you claim you're a lawyer, you know nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your brain is empty. Absolutely empty. That is why a fellow man like Tampu will useless to your backside, because you're an idiot. You're a complete fool. You know nothing. I feel sorry for those you are deceiving. Poor students. You raise in the zoo, you go to NYSC, your brain is empty, you know nothing. Absolutely nothing. You don't know your history. You don't even know the history of your own village. We should start by asking, what is the history of my village? I know where we come from. My village. I kept asking my father before he passed. I kept asking him, tell me the history of Isiama Faruku, and he told me. The soldiers are molesting people. Katrina Lang, where you're having your holiday, I hope you're listening. Channels TV, Yoruba journalists, I hope you're listening. That soldiers, Nigerian soldiers are in Aban right now molesting people. I hope you can hear it. When there is equal response now, you start writing your junk. That's why I said that a black man should not be a journalist. We lack conscience. Black people do not have conscience. That is why you give chieftaincy titles to people who are doing 419. People like Hope Uzodinma can come and become a governor of a state. In the olden days, people like him will be exiled or sold into slavery because he's a thief. 419, come on. River State was created. In fact, I want to direct now, Wike, you claim you're a lawyer, and also Channels TV. Somebody should also email Channels TV, as many people as possible, the Willink Commission report of 1958. Because I don't know, is there anything wrong with your brain cells? You people, you animals in the zoo animals calling themselves Nigerians. Is there anything, are you sure your brain is not made of sawdust? Is there something in your brain that is stopping you from reasoning? I want somebody to send this very report, the Willink Commission report, to every idiot that calls him or herself a Niger Deltan. Send it to them. Send it to them because the idiocy is becoming too much. This foolishness can no longer be tolerated. Send it to them. Ikwere, Eche, Ekpeye, Opobo, Ebane, which is born today, Orata, you know where is also in Ikwere land. They say they are not, we are from Bini, near the upper of palace, near his palace. Chai. Who did this thing to you people? Who did, I can understand. I know that black people by nature are very stupid. But it seems to me there are layers of stupidity. All these Niger Delta South people, it seems your own stupidity is incomparable. I'm telling you. God forbid. Oh, no wonder the Sultan can come to Bayelsa and own over 30 oil wells. Now you understand it, don't you? No wonder. No wonder Danjuma owns, is it 15 oil wells? No wonder your land can be polluted and you can't do nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. What can you do? Nothing. You lament, you cry, and nobody listens. And they float NDDC. And their budget is maybe $1 million, and all of you are scrambling for $1 million. Whereas the Sultan of Sokoto preaching unity and one Nigeria is because of his oil wells in Bayelsa. And you're telling me you went to school. You're telling me you can reason. You are telling me you can think properly. Do you understand it? Do you understand it? Ikweleche Ekpeye, Opobo, Iban, which they call Boni, Orata, Ogba, Ndoke are all indigenous Igbo extraction in River State. It is called Rivers Igbo. I want you to go to Wikipedia now and type in River State on Wikipedia. You will see it. River State, the first bracket you see is Igbo, IGBO. People may wonder, why am I preaching this all the time? Because I grew up in the village. And in the village, you learn a lot of things. Not like in the township, where you learn nothing. You live in a yard. I grew up in the village. And there is a saying where we come from. You can only show me my relative. You cannot show me my friend, because I make my friends myself. You can't bring somebody and say, oh, come, this is your friend. No. If at all any of you have had the privilege of staying in a village, in a Biafran, typical Igbo village, Biafran village, for up to a week, let's say during festive season, what happens usually? If you can remember, if one them listen, intellectual, listen. When you are in the village, during any festive season, how many times have you heard your mom or your father say, oh, come. They'll call your name and say, come. Come and see your uncle. Come and see your aunt. Come and see your cousin. How many times? Because they are all your relatives. That's the only people they can show to you. Nobody can show you your friend, because your friends you make yourself. Now you understand me? Going back to Wike and the Ikwere people, or some not Ikwere player, I don't want to generalize. After all, it was an Ikwere chief that was coming to see me when I was in prison. The delegation of people coming to see me when I was in prison. If you go to the archives of the people coming to court, anytime I have a case, they will charter luxurious bus from Iguacha all the way to Abuja. He's an Ikwere chief. Have you all forgotten? You have all forgotten, haven't you? So Wike cannot make me to generalize. I'm not stupid. Who were the people that observed the sit at home, the lockdown yesterday in Rivers? I don't know Ikwere people. Yes, and I'm asking you a simple question. So I'm not going to generalize. I'm not going to generalize. Now listen to me. Before independence of the zoo, basically before the 27th of May 1967, there was no identity crisis in Rivers. None whatsoever. None. I have said this thing to people many times. They don't want to listen. When I was arguing about the origin of the Igbo race, some people said they're anthropologists, they're historians, and all that rubbish. They were talking pure people. And I tried to prove to them that the Igbo race is comprised or made up of three distinct people. Different people make up the Igbo race. They were talking nonsense. I said to them that the best place, because our ancestors were very clever, how you know where you come from is by the names you give your children or the names you give your towns and your villages. And they said, how did I come to that realization? I said to them, do you know that the last phase that came, the house of Ephraim and Manasseh, that came from the Harish region of Israel, the last migration that came, those that passed through Ethiopia, that went through Rwanda and all the rest of it, through Cameroon before coming down to settle, crossing the Omambala River, and settling at Umwere and Aguleri. Do you know who they are? Of course, people do not know. They were the ones that gave the name. They were the people that realized that the oldest people on that land are the Igbo people. When they came to a place called Agolo, they said that this is the road that leads to the settlement of Igbo people. They named it Agolo Ozo Igbo, which means Agolo, where you pass before you go to the settlement of Igbo people. Agolo, Agolo Ozo Igbo. Ozo means the road that leads to. The same way you have Akole and Ozo Akole. Ozo Akole means this is the road you use to go to Akole. I don't know if people are paying attention. Heaven. They are the ones that said this is Agolo Zibo. This is Agolo. This Agolo settlement is the road you use to go to where Igbos are. Agolo Esiaga Ebendi Ibobi. Agolo Ozo Igbo. I hope that makes sense to most of you. Now you understand. All of you fools claiming South. So, do you know that Aguleri people and Umweri can be said they're not Igbo? Do you know that? Do you know that Owere people and Arotu can say they're not Igbo? Do you know that some parts of Umbise or Hoho and Bibeku can say they're not Igbo? Are you aware of that? Because the original people who were there can be found in a place called, we know our names are very brilliant. Ibuku. Hope you understand it very clearly now. You are following what I'm saying. I go back to the Willing Commission. The reason why we keep having this debate all the time is because our people are not educated. I'm sorry to say this, but our people are not well educated. That is the problem. If you can take out only 5 minutes, anybody calling themselves Niger Delta, I'm Ikwere, I'm not Igbo, I'm Anyoma, I'm not Igbo. If you can take out only 5 minutes to read the Willing Commission report, white people wrote it, not blacks, then you will understand your stupidity. It will be staring you in the face. This from Wike. According to a willing report, white man in 1958, way before, almost 10 years before Go On created or gave you your new identity. More than I'm reading the report verbatim, white man's report, willing, because they complained. Everywhere you go, Igbo man is there, in Igbocha, everywhere. We want minority, we want to be recognized. They call themselves minority. Is that correct? When Britain was tuning them. Because Britain wanted unrestricted access to our oil and gas. And the only way to achieve it is to tell Ogoni people, yeah, you see, you are distinct, you are different. Ever since they started telling Ogoni people that they are different, have they succeeded? The answer is no. They come to Ijo. Hey, Ijo nation, Ijo, you are different, oh. Have you succeeded in getting your resource control? The answer is no. They come to the upper land of Igbo, which is from across Imo River. Not minding there's a place called Obibo. They tell you, oh, they hate you. This South Nigeria, they hate you. Look for one Igbo nation only. Don't mind them. And some intellectuals and the Fulefus will buy into it. They want to divide you, to weaken you. You have forgotten that Ahoda people are Igbo people. Boni people are Igbo people. I want to challenge all of you now. You know, during the burning of the house of that traitor, that saboteur, called, do you know who was, Go On appointed Dieter Spiff, the one that just chased away from his palace now, as the governor of River State. Are you aware of that? No, you don't know, but I'm telling you now. That man they pursued a few days ago from his palace. He's called Alfred Dieter Spiff, if I'm not mistaken. He was the saboteur that Gowon used to administer River State, to spite Ojukwu. Understand? So they created natural saboteurs. You see this man you call, what's his name, Edwin Clark. Do you know why I hate him? He's a father, he's an elderly man. I should be respecting him. Is that not correct? According to our culture. Do you know why I hate him with a passion? He was a saboteur. They made him Minister for Information. That's how they roll. Janjaweed and their British masters, they gave them political positions. They now went back to go and convince their own people that Biafra is a bad thing for them to be part of because of political appointment. Are you following me? This man was sacked from his palace a few days ago. Are you listening to me? He was sacked. Do you know why he was sacked? I can't see other way on. Go and watch that video again. All the people from Nembe, I think it's Nembe in Brass, Tom Brass. I want you to go and watch the video of the indigenes of Tuan Brass in Nembe or whatever it is, removing the very corrupt king Alfred Dieter Spiff. They were all speaking a dialect of Igbo in a Joland. Go and watch the video again and again and again. Are you listening to me? People ask me, why are you doing this? Are you begging them to join you? Why did you reject Igbo only Biafra? I said to them, as Oriental Boras sang in their song Kabaka in those days, I am only identifying with my flesh and my own blood, the same DNA, the same heritage, the same value system. In a referendum, they will have the chance to reject me. Then if they do, I will respect it. That is their own prerogative. And forever and ever, we will make it as a law that is binding on every generation, that these are no longer your people. And I'm behind you. That's what we're trying to do. We are not forcing anybody to do anything. I am doing what the ancients did. If you see your flesh and blood, you recognize them. That's all we are doing. That is all we are doing. I will get to the case of Ogoni and the rest of them later on. But I want our people to understand this. The reason why they are goading you or forcing you to adopt a different identity is because it will be easier for them to control you once we are divided. I have preached this gospel before and I'll preach it again. The only reason why they killed Ken Saro-Wiwa was because the Igbos did not rise up to defend him. That's all. The reason why they did not kill me whilst I was in detention was because of the Avengers. Not Igbo people. Of course, IPOB was formidable. I mean, blocking Head Bridge for 4 days. Who could have done that? And people ask me, why do I keep saying I will sacrifice anything for Biafra? Because they sacrificed everything for me. Head Bridge was blocked for 4 days. Avengers came out. Mainly Ijo youths came out to say we'll blow up every Nigeria will not export any oil. Their number one demand was releasing Nnamdi Kanu from detention. How can I not preach about the unity of these people? Why won't I preach it? I hope that Wike can learn. Wike, I'm going to read Willing Commission report for you. More than 98% of people who inhabit this area is called the Igbo Plateau of the Eastern region. Do you know what it's called? It's called a plateau. You know what the plateau is? Like Plateau State. It's a tableland, it's a flat land. If you cross Ngwa, once you enter Ngwa, basically, if you don't know, Udi Hills ends. Why? Some of you that did geography, Udi Hills, the range of hills, where you have hills and you have valley. Like if you go to Olokoro, if you go, there are hills, there are valleys, and all that. It ends in Omwaya. From Ngwa, it is now flat land all the way to the ocean. That was why the white man called it the Igbo Plateau. It is in the Willings report of 1958. Channels, are you listening? Wike, are you listening? I'm reading the report for you. They are all Igbo and they speak one language, though of course with certain differences of dialect. There are nearly 5 million of them and they are too many for the soil to support. They are vigorous and intelligent and have pushed outward in every direction, seeking a livelihood by trade or in service in the surrounding areas of the eastern region, in the western region, in the north and outside Nigeria. They are no more popular with their neighbors than is usual in the case of an energetic and expanding people whose neighbors have a more leisurely outlook on life. This is simple English written by a white man. Wike, are you listening? General Stevie, are you listening? A white man said in 1958, these people that inhabit the plateau of rivers, I call Igbo, that is the proper name. You people, you are Igbo. You are intelligent. I'm not talking about Igbo people. You are very smart. You diverse. You travel out wide. You're energetic. You're hardworking. But the places you are going to, the people hate you. In the north, in the west, everywhere you go to, they hate you because those people are lazy. That's what the white man said. I didn't say it. It's here now in their paper. Hi. My goodness me. They hate us because we are hardworking. That is why they brought Ahmed Gulak to Owerri and killed him, that they may demonize and kill as many of us as possible. Because we are energetic. We are blessed by God. Everybody is in this together. Everybody in the former Eastern region. This is what a white man wrote about you in 1958. Do you know what the white man said again? As I've been teaching you for a very long time, let me tell you what the white man said. Though there has been no great kingdoms or indigenous culture in the Eastern region, no great kingdom. The only reason why Britain hated us was because they could not have any one man to go to say, oh, tell them what to do. Because we had no kings. But the coastal chiefs means the Ijaw people, the coastal chiefs, those who live by the very close to the Atlantic Ocean, they grew on their trade with European merchant ships, simply slavery. That's all they were doing. So some of you that claim you're from Ijaw, you're not Biafra, you are saboteurs. It's in your nature. You've been selling your brothers to the white man from time. You know me, I speak the truth. And I damn the consequences. When you see somebody from a John land as a traitor, it didn't start today. They started selling us to the white man. Betrayal is in their blood. Look at Edwin Clark. Look at how data speak. But I'm not going to generalize. The man that gave us the name Biafra that most Eja people say they don't want to identify with is an Eja man. That is the most, that is the irony of the whole thing. I thank God for Franco Pigo. I thank God for people I cannot mention their names here because I don't want the police looking for them. From Ijoland. I thank Tompolo. I thank all of them. They know who they are. That have this thing at heart. I'm not saying that Igbo politicians have helped any matters or no. They made it worse. And sometimes I don't blame our brothers from the coastal region. In the year 1999, I've said this story. I've told you this story about 1 billion times over, but I'll say it again tonight. When you were still running around or carrying bag for politicians, I left England to try to come to Biafra land to unite this great family. Then there was no IPOB. There was no agitation by anybody. This was before MASOP started. Before anybody mentioned Biafra to anybody. I was at a place called Obunabale in Iguacha, talking to the local chief, the traditional ruler there. And he said to me, my son, where are your fathers? This particular message you're bringing to me, your father should be bringing it here. A message of hope and reconciliation of our people. Because I sat him down and I lectured him about history and who we are, that we are one people. That was the day that I went to the office of Don Mite of Mosop. Ask him, he will tell you. The year was 1999. We've come a long way, haven't we? It's called consistency. I never change. Ask Mite, the leader of Mosop, what I told him in his office. I met him in his office in Niger Street. In Iguacha. I'll never forget. That day, I was coming from the home. I don't know if it's late now, because it's a very long time. I was coming from the home of the traditional ruler of Obunabale. You know, Hotel Chester is opposite. Oh dear, let Lord have mercy upon us. They don't know who we are. We have gone very far. Very, very far. I said Mosop. That was where I was going to copy the name from. Mosop, Movement for the Survival of Ogoni People. That was the #1 freedom fighting movement that was instituted anywhere in the East. They are #1. Mosop was #1. Ogoni freedom fighters, they were #1. Or was it merely copied the name because he was too lazy to do anything. So he just copied the name. Are you listening to me? The Rivers province include Brass and Degema. Brass and Degema were overwhelmingly Ejo. I told about one Brass a while ago where Dieter Spieth came from, where he was sacked a few days ago. They were speaking Igbo dialect. And then there was the Ogoni division. It is all here. In that very place, that time, out of a population in Rivers province of 747,000 people in the so-called River State, 305,000 were Igbo people. 240,000 were Ejo people. 156 were Ogoni people. The only 3 people mentioned, distinct groups mentioned in River State were Igbo, the owners of rivers, Igbo, Ejo, and Ogoni. Every other subgroup you must find yourself under, either you are Ogoni, you are Ejo, or you are Igbo. And the highest population of Igbo people in River State, the highest population of people in ethnic group in River State, Igbo people, in 1958. Oh, dear me, dear me, dear me, dear me. My goodness. I don't know if I'm to continue or to stop, because sometimes I don't know if our people are actually absorbing what we are telling them. I don't know. Let me tell you what happened. According to the white man said, in the whole of the non-Igbo areas, the Ijo and the Ogoni areas, there were some fear that they are being overrun by the Igbo. The Igbo includes Ikwere people, mind you, in their own land. There was fear of being overrun commercially and politically by the Igbos. If Ahoda and Port Harcourt, which is Igbocha, which are really Igbo, a white man. Are you listening to me? I've forgotten all the, I've forgotten. I have other things to preach, but I want to educate this fool and Channels TV. Yoruba journalists, I want to educate you. Because some of you are very daft, you know nothing. I'm reading what a white man investigated and reported upon in 1958. What did this white man say? The white man said, in non-Igbo areas, which is Ijo and Ogoni, they are afraid that Igbo man will overrun them commercially and politically. This Igbo man includes Ikwere man, which is Wike's lineage. Wike's people. They said, if Ahoda and Port Harcourt, which are really Igbo, a white man said, Igbocha is Igbo. The people that colonized you. The people that colonized you said, Igbocha is Igbo. It is here. Willing commission. That you cried to. You were the people that petitioned him and said, we are minority, we are dying, come and save us. The white man came and said and told you that Ahoda and the Igbocha Port Harcourt are Igbo. It was considered the solid center of Igbo population. The fear and grievances of minorities. Why this commission was set up. After today, I will not read this very subject again. Please make sure, our media team, make sure you cut out this very thing. Anybody who talks nonsense about Nigeria, South, please cut this very clip and give it to that very individual so they can receive some sense. I am asking them, I am giving them references. I'm not asking them to just sit in one place and accept what I'm saying. No, I'm asking them to go and do research on what I have said. On what I have said. The allegation was put forward by the counsel to the petitioners that the judiciary was predominantly Igbo, with the implication that this caused fear among those who are not Igbos. But it was clearly stated in the evidence by Dr. Udoma, the leader of UNIP, that no occasion could be adduced of the judiciary acting with partiality. So the white people concluded that the fears of the so-called minorities were unfounded, because this man, Dr. Udoma, came and said to them, show us an instance of impartiality by the judges. And they couldn't show anything. They couldn't. That tells you all you need to know. Do some of you know the reason why most people from core areas, which is Cross River, Rivers, and the Goja region in those days were mainly, police officers. It was as a result of this willing commission. He was the one that recommended that, okay, if you're afraid that you're going to be overrun, okay, give them priority in the police service. That's why most of them were in the police. That is a fact, it's a historical fact, it is here. Anyway, when Wike is done, I don't want to educate that fool anymore. Maybe tomorrow channels will interview him again. He'll start talking his usual rubbish as the fool that he is. That is why somebody will go to Ahaba and ban Biafran flag. The same person banning Biafran flag were part of the people that came to the same Ahaba and massacred people in broad daylight. When I look at the irony of the whole thing, it baffles me. When I see people from Ogoni say they want to be part of one Nigeria, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Honestly, I'm horrified. You mean the same one Nigeria that killed Cancer Wiwa? That is why I say that sometimes people are very, very sick in the brain, honestly speaking. The same people today claiming the police, we are banning Biafran flags in Delta State. They know what they are doing. They have been forcing us all this while, trying to frustrate us so that IPOB can say, okay, give us only 5 eastern, southeastern states, let's go. That's what they want. And any day we say they'll give it to us. That is what they want. But we are saying no. Because that wasn't what Elohim told us. God said, these are my children. From Igodomigodo all the way to Bakassi, they are my children. They must be under one house. Different ethnicities, but under one umbrella. Later on, they can go their separate ways. I don't care. But insofar as this fight is concerned, so that when Fulani will be slaughtering you in time to come, we'll simply tell you, we told you so. As I'm telling all of you, I told you so. When I told about people in America, why do you think that they now love us so much in World Igbo Congress? Because I told them in no uncertain terms that these people, they are coming. Yes, they are coming. They said, oh, how do you know? I said, I know, but they are coming. Have they not come today? Are people not running from Omahia, from Obakala, from everywhere yesterday night, saying they have come? I told you they will come. I told you. In the year 2015, I told you they are going. It doesn't matter what you do, they are coming to take your land from you. The same people that stood us up and shot us to pieces in our Sabbath is telling us, you don't have any identity. You are what we call you. You are now Delta. But in the north, they call themselves Arewa. In the core north, I don't mean Middle Belt. They are Arewa. No one has actually said to them, okay, from today your name is Sahel. Since you're from the Sahel region, your name is Sahel. You're all Sahelians. But they can come to my land and say, you are a Deltan. You're a Riverian. You're a cross Riverian. God have mercy. But you cannot ask them now to drop the name Arewa and they will listen to you. They'll tell you no, they won't drop it. Let us call them the Sahelians. He says that from the Sahel. The death is not in Ebonyi, instead is in Ebonyi. People that were wrongly carved into Benue State. That is where the problem is coming from, please. And we're going to do, ESN is going there, we're going to deal with it. In the next few days, you start hearing stories. We're going to deal with it. A little boy wrote to me, and I've read what he said to me, and we're going to respond. In the next few days, men will be on the ground to defend those places. Don't worry about that. We know what we're doing. And I don't want to talk about Wike again. It's irrelevant. Yeah, let him go and change his pampers and go and meet Tambua. It's Tambua that will deal with him. Anything he can say whatever rubbish he likes on Channels TV. My only happiness is that when he goes inside the bedroom, Tambua will deal with him. That's my only happiness. That's my only happiness. The killing of Igbo people in Benue State must stop. Governor Otome, a man that I like very much and I respect immensely, the killing in Benue State of Igbo people must stop. And the killing of fact of everybody in Benue State must stop, not just Igbo people. Everybody, the killing must stop. And if help is needed, that help will be provided. Yes, after talking all your rubbish, my happiness is that in the night you'll be crying because Tambuwal will be on your back and be dealing with you. Be dealing with you. Idiot to the guy. Fool. The killing of people in Benue must stop. And when people are asking ESN to intervene, when people are asking ESN to intervene, you must understand that we are fighting many battles at the same time. Exactly what happened during the war. We are fighting Miyet Yala, the frontline Fulani terrorist group we have. Before, imagine what we have to negotiate before we come into your village in Benue. We have to fight Miyet Yala. We have to fight the Nigeria police. We have to fight the Nigeria army. We have to fight, I hope going forward, I won't say we have to fight the governors. So let me leave them out for now. We have to fight all the saboteurs, the finger pointers. We have to fight the intellectuals. And we need to overcome Yoruba Gota media. These are the battles we face every blessed day. Tell me a group of people that will face such formidable adversaries and they will survive. But we are here. We are here. So these are the issues that we have to confront, but we are going to Benue and we're going to help them. ESN will be in Benue State and we are going to help Benue people. And we are not coming to take over your land. We are coming to help you. There is nothing. I am a child of heaven. I am Hebraic in my disposition. What it means is that I cannot take any land that doesn't belong to me. Do you understand? That is why in our culture, when you commit an offense where somebody, as a child, you are trained that some capital crimes is a crime against the land, not crime against humanity. You understand? That is why when you want to offer prayers, you take off your shoes and you stand on the land. You pour kai libation, hot drink on the ground itself. That is why if you commit a capital crime, the land which you stand upon, because on that land you're going to build a house, on that land you're going to cultivate, on that land you're going to be buried. This is how the ancients structured our society. So even if nobody is watching you when you want to commit a crime, the land you're standing on is watching you. I can't wait for Biafra to come so we can go back to the way of our ancestors. The old ways, the ways of the ancient. That is why in our land, we abhor things like selling of children. It's an abomination before God and before man. And anywhere you know people from today who are selling children, please let us know. Anywhere you know people, any doctor, any midwife, any hospital, any maternity home involved in the selling of children, please, you notify us so we can go and deal with them. So also is kidnapping. God is against it. Our land is against it. We don't want it. That is why I want to commend the Nnewi Vigilante group for busting a racket. There's a racket going on somewhere around Ubo. People selling small children. And do you know one thing? Surprise, surprise, the police are involved in the selling of children in our land. People don't understand the level of atrocities going on in our land every blessed day and the work we are doing to try to stop them. I commend the Nnewi Vigilante group for doing a very stellar work. And I have also instructed ESN. We have no business with legitimate vigilante groups like the ones we have in Nnewi and in Onitsha. It's only when they try to interfere with our work that they will get into trouble. So we must commend them. And that we now have the name of the maternity. We have the police officers who are involved. And very soon we're going to pay them a visit. Maybe you read about it in the pages of newspapers as well. And another thing that is very worrying is this. There is news making the rounds that we have caught those that killed Ahmed Gulag and we shot them. That's what they said, without going to trial. Now, people have been approaching us begging for peace, for truce, and all the rest of it. Let's try and give peace a chance, which is normal. After the very successful lockdown yesterday, let's give peace a chance. I want the Nigeria police, where I'm warning them in Imo State Police Command. I want you to identify all the officers that killed people and tag them the murderers of Ahmed Gulag. You must give us the evidence that you have. Because all this, your plan is not going to work. Katrina Lang, Tinubu, Monguno, El Rufai, all these stupid, idiotic village plan you people made to come and kill a man who is of no consequence to us. A man, we didn't even know who this man was before Sunday. Who is he? A wretched church rat. Who is he to us that we would want to kill him? And I want to warn Yoruba media tonight from 1967, you people have been part and parcel of the problem of Nigeria. After Nigerian politicians, the next group are Yoruba media, Yoruba journalists. You don't want to leave evil alone for evil to leave you. You people have come back to the same rubbish you were doing before. There is no repentance in you because of money. There is no repentance in you people. No repentance whatsoever. You've been writing your junk, how Ahmed Gulak was killed, and because of that, an innocent man has been murdered in Mina, somewhere. There is something in this life called common sense. And when I insult black people for being stupid or being the closest relatives to a chimpanzee, this is exactly the same. This is the reason why I say the things that I say against black people and the way we reason. Black people are very, very foolish. I don't care if children are listening. We black people are very foolish. Now, let me ask Yoruba journalists one simple question. I don't want to, because Fulani is uneducatable. You can't educate them, they're foolish. I want to ask Yoruba people, these sophisticated morons that claim they went to school, a very simple question. A man of national importance came to Imo State at the instance of the state governor, or say the Senate sent him to Imo State, in a place where there is supposedly insecurity. Is that correct? I want Yoruba journalists to listen to me very carefully tonight, because you people are evil. I don't know if you derive, you people are sadists. I don't know if you derive any joy by twisting the truth. I don't know what you people gain by lying. I don't know. I want to ask you a simple question. If the Senate, as they claim, sent this man to go and conduct constitutional review, of course, we know he went there to ask Hope Uzodinma for money. He went to Imo State so that Hope can settle him. He was the one that made Hope governor. We know that very well. But let's leave that to one. Let us take the official government line of Nigeria. That Gulak was in Imo State to do Senate work, open consultation. Man, he's an APC man, but Senate is not claiming he went to work for them. Let us accept. Where was his security on his way to the airport? According to the police, this is why I keep saying that black people do not reason. According to the police said he never told anybody where he was going to. He never asked for any escort, which means that the man knew that his life was in danger from you people, from the army and from the police, or from those that control you people. Does that make any sense at all? Let me finish what I'm saying before I go to this killing of people, 8 people in Omai. I'll talk about it. If you don't want to organize yourselves and fight back, keep on. If you see the army, keep going to them. These are terrorists in uniform, both army and police. I have warned you, you don't want to listen. Go to them now. Your intellectual brother in Lagos or in Abuja will be writing nonsense. Is our security services. And I asked them, where are the Boko Haram that was recruited into the police and into the army? Where are they? I don't know what's no more killing people. Don't organize yourselves and fight back. Just be there. And everything you want us to do for you, everything we have to do for you. No, we are not. Every able-bodied young man and woman, avoid army, avoid police. If you see them, you attack them. I'm saying it in the open. They are killing people in Omai right now. 8 people already shot dead. 8 people killed in Omai now. And you're telling me rubbish about Chirekapu and you want Nigeria. God punish all of you. Idiots everywhere. As I was saying to Yoruba, sophisticated morons, idiots that write for their columnists and all these correspondents of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
welcome, Biafrans. Thank you so much for joining. Everyone that has connected. We've been very busy all this while still working on our program and trying to recover our items and data we are using for our program. So we are still working on that. You have to be patient with us as we continue to march forward and preach the gospel. The message of Mazen Nanbekano is actually there's nothing we can preach that is greater than what he has just said and preached. So I thank you all who have been patient and watching all this while. And remember, we are still pursuing our self-determination, asking for justice, asking for truth, and we will continue to do so. This is a time for unity, a time for us to come together and do the needful. This is not a time for blackmail, propaganda, lies, and deceit. It's a time for serious business, and wherever you are, no matter how many you are, just try and do your little best. In your own little corner, do your own little best. Just as I'm doing my own here, do yours. Do yours. You see, I don't know why people are staying so antagonistic, and I don't know. You see people, wherever you feel you are comfortable, just go there and do what you have to do. Why do you have to spend your time disturbing others, troubling others, tracking others, hacking people's platform and all that? It doesn't make sense. Hacking platform, destroying people and attacking people doesn't make any sense. Face your own belief and face what you feel is right to do. Whether you hack the platform or you don't hack it, whatever you do, you attack, you insult, it will not stop somebody from what he or she believes. For those who knows what they believe, just like I said, nothing you can do that will change my mind from what I believe. I know what I believe and I know what I want, and I will do my own part, continue to pursue it the best way I know how to do it. So I thank you all who has been patient also, because anyone that is still in this platform at this time is seeking for the truth, and I bet you are going to find the truth. So like and share to other platforms. Today we are discussing about the Biafran self-determination, justice, faith, and global call for recognition. This is what we are talking about, and I bet you that time is close because our supreme leader Mazen Nandekano is the game changer. And he has taken another bold step, and I believe that step is going to yield a very large fruit. So I welcome everyone who has connected, wherever you're connecting from. Today we not just have to say one or two things, and then we'll leave it on for tomorrow while we continue to recover the things that we need to recover. So we are confronting the question that has refused to go away, a question of justice, identity, and human rights. Why are millions of people still calling for Biafra? Why does this issue continue to generate global attention? And why do many believe their voices are not being fully heard? Today we go deep. Today we ask hard questions. Today we seek truth, not noise. If you are watching right now, I need you to do one thing: like the program, share the program, and let your voice be part of the global conversation. Because this is bigger than one region. This is about rights, about recognition, and about the future of a people. So every one of us have to join. Join in your own corner, like and share the program so that we can reach the people that need to be reached. Let's start from the foundation. The call for Biafra is rooted in principle of self-determination. Every single thing we are doing, whatever you are saying, is rooted in the principle of self-determination. Do not forget that. In whatever you are doing today, whatever you are saying, know that what we are asking for is self-determination. We are not calling for war. We are not calling for attack on anybody. We are not calling for hatred. All we are asking for is self-determination, which is enshrined in international law and also in African peoples and human rights law, even Nigerian law itself. So whatever we are doing today in the quest of Biafra is rooted in the principle of self-determination. Always have that at the back of your mind. A concept recognized under international law, where people believe they have the right to decide their political future. Yes, we have the right to decide our fate. We have the right to decide our future. We have the right to decide where we want to belong, where we want to be, and where we don't want to be. And from the voices that are coming from all corners, it shows that the Biafran people do not want to be part of the contraption called Nigeria anymore. It is no longer a story. It is a fact that you must have to accept. For many supporters, this is not just politics. This is about identity, security, and representation. That is what this call is all about. It's not just about politics. Some people think it's just about politics. It is not. It is not just politics. What we are doing is not like people who have seen people who are playing politics, like the likes of Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho was playing politics when he came out and talked about the Dual Nation, and we thought he was serious. And many of us supported him and also encouraged him. But eventually, it turns out that it was all politics that he was playing. But in terms of Biafra agitation, it is not politics. It is about our identity. It is about our security. It is about representation. So don't mix it up. Do not mix it up. They argue that their voices must be heard. That is the argument of all our people. The Biafran people, we argue that our voices must be heard. Our concern must be acknowledged, and our future decided through peaceful and lawful means. That is what we are saying. That is what we continue to say. That is our demand. But here is the question. Why does this demand continue to grow stronger over time? Even with the attack, the propaganda, the blackmail, we continue to grow. Even when they thought they're going to bring us down, we wax stronger and stronger and stronger. Across different platforms, discussions, there have been serious concern raised about treatment of activists, the way we are being treated. Look at the way Mazen Nandekan is being treated. Look at the way Mazen Samarek is being treated. Mazen Nandekan convicted with an unknown law, non-existent law, and taken to Sokoto, far away Sokoto, to separate him from his people and hand him over to the enemies. Look at Mazen Samarek. Allegation of suppression of dissent, and that is what is happening. It's no longer allegation. Suppression of dissent is what is happening in Nigeria today as we speak. Unequal justice, that is the order of the day in Nigeria. Unequal justice, different kinds of law operating where a Biafran commits a crime or a Biafran faces the court, he is being judged through a different law. A Janjaweed goes to court with a different law. A one Nigerian goes to court, different law. A Biafran go a different law. Unequal justice. We do not have freedom of expression in that contraption. That is why we need to get out of that zone. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. We will get out. Now I want you to pay attention. This is important. This is important. We must have to focus and also remember that what we are asking for is self-determination. Do not mind the propaganda and blackmail that have been spread across board. All we are asking for is transparency, dialogue, and accountability. That is all we ask for. But when we ask for these genuine and legitimate issues, they come after us. They attack us from right, left, and center. But will that make us to stop? Definitely not. Because in any society, justice must be seen. Justice must be fair. And justice must apply to all. Is that the case in Nigeria? No. Justice in Nigeria is not seen. Justice in Nigeria is not fair. And justice in Nigeria is not applied to all. More especially when it has to do with the Biafran people. We are treated differently and abused. And when people feel unheard, when trust begins to break down, that is when movement grows stronger. That is why the Biafran struggle today is waxing stronger than ever. Just when you think they have crushed us by attacking our platforms, by pushing different kinds of propaganda against us, by using their media to push narratives against us, when they do all that, we still wax stronger. The big question today in this our agitation is trust. When citizens trust their system, there is stability. When that trust is questioned, tension rises. That is what is happening today. The lack of trust, inside and outside, has become a very big problem to us today. You don't know whom to trust. Biafrans don't trust anybody anymore. We do not trust anybody anymore. Not the Nigerian government, not anybody. The only people that will lay their trust on us, Mazen Nandekan and Mazen Samarek, and that is why we are calling for their immediate and unconditional release, and we will continue to do so. The gap between us and Nigeria can never be closed. We are gone and gone for good. We are gone and gone for good. They are busy equipping their terrorists. They are busy encouraging their terrorists. And we cannot fold our hand and pretend that all is well. All is not well. And we cannot be part of them. The solution to the national challenge is not silence. The solution is engagement, reform, and understanding. Nigeria is never ready to engage with the Biafrans. They are not ready to apply any reform, neither are they ready to make any understanding. They don't care. Instead, they continue to tighten up the grip on our territory. And we are going to fight until we are free. We will never stop. The conversation of Biafra is no longer local. It is no longer local. It has gone international, and the eyes of the world is watching. That is why we need to be careful on our directions that we go. The issue of Biafra has drawn attention from international observers, human rights advocates, global audience, seeking clarity. And the reason is simple. The world today is watching issues of justice more closely than ever before. The world is watching. And the injustice against Biafra cannot be overlooked anymore. People everywhere are asking, are rights being protected? That is the question. And we have been asking the same question. Are rights still being protected on this planet Earth? And Mazen Nandekano is detained illegally, tried with non-existent law, and nobody says anything. A British citizen. Are rights still being protected? Are voices being heard? With all the shout that we are shouting, crying for our freedom, nobody pays attention. We have written petitions, we have written letters, we have conducted protests, yet nobody's paying attention. Are peaceful solution being pursued? Because in today's world, no issue remains hidden forever. We're in a world where everything is in public. You can't hide it. That is why today the Nigerian shame cannot be hidden. The failure of Nigeria cannot be hidden. Nigeria as a failed state is not a propaganda. It's a fact that everybody can see. So where do we go from here? If Nigeria want peace, they know how to get it. They must learn how to approach people for dialogue, mutual respect, commitment to human rights, peaceful engagement. Because real changes does not come from chaos. It comes from structured, consistent, and strategic actions. But unfortunately, you don't find that in Nigeria. That is why we say we are not compatible, and the only solution remains disintegration. Allow the Biafrans to go. Most importantly, every voice matters. Every concern deserves attention. Every solution must be prioritized. Every solution must prioritize peace. Everything we have presented are the right thing. We are not fighting against anybody. We are not calling for war. All we are asking is leave and let's leave. And that is not too much to ask. Today you can see the Zoological Republic, their president going to the UK, running to UK, and not just going, all the governors in Nigeria travel with him to UK. Where have you seen such before? Where have you seen such? And when we will tell you that Nigeria does not have independence, some people still doubt it. Nigeria doesn't have independence. You still doubt it. You don't have independence. That is why the British will continue to choose evil men for you. The British will continue to choose destroyers. They will continue to support fraudsters. That is why they supported a drug baron to be your president. And some of you think you can remove him by your vote. There is no amount of vote that can remove Tinubu from power, in case you don't know. Some people are even realizing it now. We have known it from day one. That your conducting of vote and election cannot make Nigeria better, cannot remove the evil in Nigeria. Instead, it will continue to increase it. Because this evil is a chain. The evil is a chain instated by your so-called selection. That is not election. And somehow some people still ignorantly believe that they are going to do something. They are going to do something to free themselves. There's a video I want you to listen to. I want you to listen to this very video because it's important that we don't just speak alone. You hear other voices too. Even though so many of them are not serious like we are focused on what we want and we will continue to pursue what we want until we get it. Unlike people who speak from both sides of their mouth, even when they know that Nigeria is heading nowhere, still yet they do not want it. Some of them will call it for revolution. Revolution will never happen. Ask for division. Every group can then, every region can then create a revolution for themselves and save themselves. Let's hear this.
There's no voting your way out of this. It's violent revolution or slavery. And I'm saying it so you won't.
The guy is saying there is no way you can vote your way out of the problem of Nigeria. That is what this man is saying. That there is no way you can vote your way out of the problem of Nigeria. Vote cannot save you. He went ahead to say violent revolution alone will stop these criminals who are holding us captive. The only violent revolution will stop these people that are holding us captive. But for we Biafra, we are not violent. We have never been. All we are asking is let there be a referendum. If you don't accept us, we have done our referendum. We have done our own self-referendum, which result is out there. If you don't accept it, conduct yours or recognize ours and let us go. That is all we are asking. I want us to listen to this argument that this man had.
There's no voting your way out of this. It's violent revolution or slavery. And I'm saying it so you won't say, oh, no one said it. There's no voting your way out of this. I've seen it. Multiple people have sent it to me. I've seen the video of the Northern Imam telling how Tinubu put out 500 billion naira. Do you know how much that is in dollars? 500 billion naira. For a lot of people, they don't know how to quantify value unless they use dollars, because dollar is the global currency, right? That's $365 million. Let's round it up to 366. The current president of Nigeria is creating a one-party system, is forcing everyone into the one-party system. Anyone who's not part of his political party, any governor, any senator, anyone who's not part of his political party, if you refuse to join, the downfall is the people you represent will suffer. Any governor that refuses to join his political party does not get allocation of funds for his state. All of this man put aside 366 million United States dollars to give to Islamic leaders. That is to northern imams. This is not the amount for pastors. This is just for the Muslim leaders. Then imagine how much the pastors are going. The only reason we know of this is because one of the people who was given the money said, no, I'm not going to take it. And he has come out and he has told his people, this is what I was offered. This is what I was told. The whole sum is 500 billion naira, which is $366 million. So the Muslims in Nigeria, do you think you can vote out a man that is putting up $366 million for Muslim leaders? This is just the money for the Muslim leaders. This is not the money that he's going to spend on the northern populace. Now talk about the eastern leaders and the money he'll spend on the eastern populace. The southern leaders, the money he'll spend on the southern populace. The middle belt, the money he'll spend on the populace. Collectively, we're looking at over $1 billion in, what's 1 billion? At least $2 billion in bribe money. That's what we're looking at. This is for northern only, Hausa leaders, Hausa imams, not leaders, imams, religious. This is like, for those of you who don't know what an imam is, that's like a Muslim pastor. You cannot vote out. You're not, I don't see any, the fastest bill signed in Nigerian history was the elections bill that they They came out and admitted what the Congress signed, the bill that Congress signed is not what was passed into law. And that was the fastest bill signed in Nigerian history, a bill that guarantees he can cheat. And he's given away $366 million to Muslim pastors for them to bribe their people to follow him, to vote for him. And you think you're going to vote this man out? Let me explain something to you Nigerians. Unless you're willing to stand up and pick up weapons and see the end of this man or your own death, understand that you will die as a slave. Your children will die as slaves. Your grandchildren will die as slaves. Make your fucking choice.
This is why we don't want to be part of Nigeria. We don't want our children to die as slaves. We don't want to die as slaves, let alone our children. We want to end it. That is why the Biafran people are fighting in front line. These people have captured everywhere, more especially in our own southeastern Nigeria, Biafra land. They have planted their weapons everywhere. The so-called city boys, deceiving people everywhere, sharing money here and there. You can imagine the amount that you mentioned. And some of you still believe you can change Nigeria with vote. It is laughable. When we come here and we talk about disintegration, some of them will be writing nonsense. Some people will be talking rubbish. How can you vote such a man out? A man that have mapped 500 billion for only Imam in the north. He will give the same in the southeast. He will give the same in the southwest. He will give the same in the middle belt. How are you going to vote him out? Look at the amount of money they are sharing already. Look at what their city boy is doing. And you think you can use your gossip and your mouth to remove him. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. And for you to know how evil they are, including all those people who they claim to be their founding fathers, every one of them, they are part of this madness. Some of you must have seen a video that came out from Seibo, the criminal in Anambra State, Seibo, in his second tenure inauguration. You saw the video that came out from his second tenure inauguration. All the people you think that are sensible are there. And now, anytime they go program, that is when you understand truly that these people are all in this game together. You don't know how they are connected until when there is a program like this inauguration of Soludo. When you watch the video that came out there, you understand that you have no hope. It is either you fight for yourself or you buy.
Russian to say if I go down before you arrive.
Excellency.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good long time. Where you come on? It's aging backwards. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
That was the man he worked with. This is Obasanjo. You see the chief terrorist, Fatima. See the chief terrorist there. Oh, sorry. When you see this kind of people running show together, you know there is no faith for you. How are you going to change Nigeria? This man in Anambra, what has he done in Anambra State? Nothing. And now you see the people that are backing him up. You see how they come to his inauguration. You see all of them. Look at Obasanjo laying by the side of Shetima, the chief terrorist. And when he speaks, you think he's not part of this Islamization. Obasanjo is aware. After all, he was the first person that granted them the Sharia law. And when you see video emerge from this people, where is your faith? What do you think? When you see this kind of video and you still believe there is hope in Nigeria, I'm sorry for you. I am sorry for you. There was one video I saw again where Imam was saying, first of all, was it yesterday? I played the video of the visit of the chief terrorist, the Satan of Sokoto, when he visited Tinubu. I played the video. And an Imam have come to say what they discussed in that very meeting. And he went there to ask Tinubu, why is the United States in Nigeria. And why is it that they are in another part of Nigeria? Is it northern Nigeria that they are doing the operation? Why must they do the operation in northern Nigeria? That was why he went there. That was what he went to ask Tinubu. What the United States soldiers are doing in northern Nigeria. And he went ahead to go and beg for El-Rufai. He went to ask Tinubu to release El-Rufai. That El-Rufai must be released. And watch out, before you know it, El-Rufai is going to be out. Because they are the people that own the country. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, people have been begging from all corners. The leaders, elders have been going to ask for it. Nobody paid attention, didn't listen to them. But watch out, this Sultan have gone to beg for El-Rufai. You will see that El-Rufai is going to be out in any moment from now. The first thing they will do is to transfer him to Kaduna. Before you know from Kaduna, he will be out. But look at Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Instead of transferring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to the east, they took him to this northern part of Nigeria. How many times have you seen them transfer any northern to Biafran land? Have you ever seen anybody, any northern elite sentenced and sent to Biafran land? Have you ever had that? They did it to us. And we are going about our businesses as if nothing happened. And you think that all is well. I am sorry for you. If you don't see this battle before us, I am sorry. I am not the one that's going to show it to you. If you are not seeing this battle and you are still joking, you are playing around, go ahead, continue to play. Continue the play and joke. Just keep on playing and joking. Keep on playing and joking. And I bet you, at the end of the day, you will see what you have done to yourself. Wherever you're watching this program, we must continue to listen. Listen to the messages that is coming from our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and also our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, because that is the only foundation that we have now. That is the only hope we have now. As the world is looking towards our case, these are the two people that they are focusing on. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as he has taken charge now, with the formation of the 100 men, we must continue to pay attention to the information that are coming in everything that has to do with that 100 men. Whatever comes, that is the game changer. That is going to mark the game changer. It's time for us to unite, fight for this one cause, fight it for as much as we can, win it and get it done. And again, for the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, that is coming up on the August 5th, the fundraising is coming up. Try and join the fundraising for the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Support that fundraising. No matter how little, go and support it. Mazi Simon Ekpa made a sacrifice for you and I. He gave up his own career because of you, because of me. He deserves our attention. There is no way Mazi Simon Ekpa will go to appeal without an international lawyer. It's a shame. Anybody that listens to my voice and hears this very video, see this video, and you don't support that fundraising for the case of Mazi Simon Ekpa, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of it. You are not supposed to be mentioning Mazi Simon Ekpa. As Mazi Simon Ekpa cannot be able to have an international lawyer to represent him. He went through the court process without a lawyer. Without a lawyer. That was why they could not be able to present the evidence against Nigeria. Is it a pro bono lawyer that will present it for you? Pro bono lawyer that the government gave you? Government lawyer that they gave you? Is it the government lawyer that will now bring evidence against the government when you know the government is working against the person? The government is working against the person. And you still want to, you're still hoping that you're going to use the same government that is working against you, that you can use it to win your case. Where did you see that happen? On which planet? On which planet? Every one of us should try as much as possible to support the fundraising. The flyer is out already, but I've not seen the flyer I can't be able to get the flyer. And maybe tomorrow I'm going to get the flyer and then I will paste the flyer. Go on X. You're going to see the flyer everywhere on X. You see the contact there. If you have questions, call those people who are in charge. Call them. Call them. The numbers are there that you can call and ask questions. Make a call and ask questions. I have always advocated for people to ask questions. Anything you want to do, ask questions. Not just do things because people are doing. Ask questions. Because me, I ask. Even if I ask, you don't answer me. I look for answer myself. In this struggle, I know Mazen Nandekana has 100% support of Biafran people. But we know there are some people who still don't believe in Mazen Simon Ekpa for one reason or the other. For their own selfish interest, their own personal interest. But even Mazen Nandekana himself approves Mazen Simon Ekpa. He approved Mazen Simon Ekpa. And we are praying that both of them will be out. So this fundraising that is coming is very, very important. It is very, very important. Mazen Simon Ekpa is aware and supports it, and he needs our support. He needs a lawyer. A lawyer. You can't do it and you don't want people to do it. Why? Why? It is not compulsory that you must do everything. There are things you can do, there are things other people can do. Those ones you cannot do and other people are doing it. Support it. So long it's for the good of the struggle. It is not only those ones that you can do, except you are the one that did it, except it's your group before you support. No. Anything that is being said about Biafra, all you need to do is to make inquiry. If there's a contact, call the contact of the people and ask them credible questions. Every one of us have common sense. There is nobody I will face on this planet Earth that cannot ask you a question to get my answer that I want in order to do what I want to do. So that is why it's important. Go and search. Go to Twitter. You're going to see the number. You're going to see the number and the this thing. So from there, you can be able to go. Let me see if I can be able to get that. I don't know if I can be able to get that. If I can be able to get to that here, so that I can be able to show it so that people can be able to key in and do what they have to do. Mazen Simon Ekpa needs our support. He needs our support. Seriously, it is not a joke. He needs our support. It's a very painful and shameful thing that in the midst of all these challenges, we cannot be able to do what we have to do. In the midst of the challenges that Mazen Simon Ekpa will be begging for an international lawyer. Our prime minister. It's a shameful thing. Sometimes when I talk about it, I don't even know how to express myself towards it. I don't know how to express myself. It's a shameful thing for us to be seeing such a thing happen. But what are we going to do? It is happening. So I can't find this, and I will try to check on that flyer tomorrow so that I can be able to share it. So this is not about a group. It is about the 100-man support for Mazen Simon Ekpa case. It is not about a group. It is not about support for any group. It is about 100-man support for the court of Mazen Simon Ekpa for his international lawyer. He deserves it. He did the same for Mazen Nandekano. So we are supposed to do the same for him. He made sure that Mazen Nandekano gets support and assistance. At a point in time, he took charge of Mazen Nandekano's case. He announced it live. So why are we not going to do the same thing to him? Why can't we do the same thing he did? Why can't we replicate the same thing for Mazen Simon Ekpa? It is a shame if we don't. It is a very big shame. Only that some of us these days, we have lost shame. It is about personal interest. It's about what we will get or what we will have. It's about our own ego. We no longer care about the real thing. Nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. But I bet you, by the special grace of Chukwu Gabiama, we shall overcome. We shall overcome. No matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is, we shall overcome these challenges that is coming from right, left, and center. So wherever you are as a Biafran, don't give up. Don't give up. Is it easy? It is not easy for anybody. Not for you, not for me, not for anyone out there. But are we going to run away and say because of the hardship, because of the failure, because of the attacks we are getting? No. I'm not going to run away because of an attack. The attack only makes me to know that what I'm doing is effective, and all I have to do is to increase my force. Let us take this short break and then we go to media report and we'll round it up.
Don't follow for God, them say Tinubu don't follow for God, Tinubu don't follow for God, he want to take it, that's the top of our head. Senate house fall and the criminals, country military fall and the terrorists, injustice, on Photoshop forget law for inside God, Changaro Republic at the government, Abubakar Malami don't fall for God, him and EFCC put leg for shit, them say Sheikh Kukumi don't fall for God, because Donald Trump don't come to Machamo, he go matching Boko boys, matching terrorists, as the government knows the way for kidnapping to stop. I make it don't fall for God, them make Nigerians see one die for suffer.
Thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate every one of you that have been able to be patient with us up to this time. Let us go to some media updates that we have there, and then we know the next thing that happens. It's important that every time we come, we must go to that media update because some of us don't have that time to go down there. But for as much as we can, we will continue to bring those updates for our people to know what is happening, to make it easier for us to share views together and also talk about these issues together. Let's see what they have in the media. This one says, Atiku lament renewed terror attack, says Tinubu government more obsessed with crushing opposition. Yeah, that is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe if you were the president, maybe you will do the same thing. You will do the same thing. So it's not just complaining like that. Audit indict Nigeria NEPC boss Nonye Enyeni over 229.9 million contract awarded to unregistered firm. You are in trouble, Nonye Enyeni, more especially you are an Igbo woman. They will make sure they bring you down. Somebody is targeting that your office and they will make sure they bring you down. Sorry. Serve Nigeria and come back in shame. U.S. counter-terrorism director resigned, says Israel pushed for Iran war. Drama in Edo as woman accused House of Rep member Billy Aswaru of failing to repay campaign fund. That is it. You give them money, they enter, they do something else. This one says, Trump threatens lawmakers who oppose Save American Act, says only sick deranged would vote no. Iran warns UN of retaliation ahead of US-Israel strike, vow to target hostile forces bases. Showore blast NBA over calm response after judge orders his lawyer to kneel in court. They won't do anything. Akoko. You think they will respond? They will never respond to anything. Abura faction dissolved Nenadi-led by the Labour Party leadership, declares them illegal. Nigeria. Showore lawyer blast Abotoku, says state power abuse in dismissed cyber stalking case. Nigeria launches Fly Now, Pay Later scheme as domestic airfare soars. Fly Now, Pay Later. Oh God, they want to put these people in debt. You fly now, you pay later. So they want to be flying in credit. God have mercy. Pakistan cancelled 2026 Pakistan Day Parade activities. Blame Middle East crisis. $2.6 million fraud. EFCC granted final adjournment to present last witness in ex-CBN governors Emefiele trial. Serve the zoo and come back and share. Emefiele still facing his trials. DSS detained alien activist Owos in solitary confinement, demand he stop criticizing Atuaro Tompolo. Imagine. Ha. Oh, Coco. So they are working for Tompolo now too. Somebody was arrested to stop kidnapping Tompolo. Oh, Diego. Bandit attack immigration checkpoint in Niger State. Abduct officer. Steal 2 AK-47 rifle. I never see anything. Una never see anything. Court orders Olabisi Onabanjo University Hospital to reinstate nurse sacked over online interview. Pay outstanding salaries. Only if they will obey. Because in Nigeria they don't obey the court. Nigeria confirms FIFA rejection. Vows to appeal the Congo eligibility ruling for 2026 World Cup. Remove them, they don't deserve it. Trump responds to U.S. counterterrorism chief resignation, label him as weak on security. IGP Disu orders nationwide compilation of inspectors, nominal rule for promotion to ASP. House of Reps Speaker Tajuddin calls for renewed action against terrorism after Tenor's Maiduguri bombing. Never see anything. KB deputy governors accused of distributing expired rice as Ramadan palliative. Hey, expired rice, now they give people. They are giving people palliative, giving them expired rice. What a shame. 93 years old ex-Belgian diplomats to stand trial over 1961 killing of Congo leader Patrice Lumumba. Well, so late, but at least justice is coming. You see, after so many years, they killed Patrice Lumumba. After so many years, at least he's getting justice. But justice denied, justice delayed, justice denied. You know how long the family have waited? And now this man now at 93, what is he going to face? At 93, what are they going to jail him? What pain? He has enjoyed everything he wants in life. Even if they jail him life now, he's just to go and enjoy his old age there. That is it. 93 years old ex-Belgian diplomat to stand trial over 1961 killing of Congo leader Patrice Lumumba. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? There's nothing going to come out of there. P2B visit ex-AGF Abubakar Malami hours after release on bail amid ongoing corruption trial. You go visit Malami. P2B go visit Malami. Malami criminal that jail Mazen Nandekano. And you go visit. Don't worry, your own go come now. He go still come visit you. Criminals. Watch Nigerian ministers, governors, orders, officials queue to greet Tinubu at London. Just imagine. This man, this one is not that he is coming in Nigeria. This one is in London. They have to go to London to welcome him. All the governors in Nigeria, all the ministers has to move to London to go and welcome their own president in another man's land. What a shame. What a shame. They left their responsibility in Nigeria, in a country where terrorists are already taking over. Terrorists are taking over. None of them, all their states are insecure, but they abandoned it. They went to London to welcome an idiot, a criminal. And nobody sees anything wrong in it. They won't, and tomorrow they will tell me that they are independent country. Oh, Nigeria have independence. Nigeria has sovereignty. This is the sovereignty. This is the sovereignty of Nigeria to carry all the governors and all the ministers to London to go and welcome an idiot. God have mercy. Tinubu orders appointees eyeing 2027 election to resign before March 31st. Oh God. Nigerian bank, fintech, creative firm to inject millions, create hundreds of jobs in Britain, UK, Trade Department. Mad people everywhere. And they find who I want to deceive. Gullible Nigerians will always be deceived. ICPC denies seeking fresh extension of ex-Kaduna Governor El Rufai detention, says the man is lawful. Retired military personnel accuse Nigerian army of trying to illegally seize their welfare housing land in Abuja. Landlord of Abuja, now the Hitler is there. The Hitler is there, they will take everything. It'll be Tinubu. Botswana denies hosting U.S. military base amid Middle East tension. Iran retaliatory strike. Botswana denies hosting U.S. military base amid Middle East tension. Iran's retaliatory strikes. So they fear Iran. You fear Iran. You will soon see what pass Iran. Article some tears Adamawa ADC apart as both vie for same federal constituency seat. That's confusion. They already planned it now. They already planned it. Nothing again. It was like doomsday survival recount horror as Pakistani jet bombed Kabul rehab center. Insecurity is a lucrative business in Nigeria. Adeyanju alleges military complicity, call for foreign mercenaries. Now today we begin here foreign mercenaries. Then I go sing and tire. I killed 32 people in Ibadan. Suspected political talk declares support for Tinubu as police launch probe. Imagine. He confessed that he took the life of 32 people on camera. He confessed it. And he's ready for war for Tinubu. IGP Disu visit Borno following bomb explosion, meets victim, inspect damage. Cap strip Senegal AFCON. Borno bombing death toll rise to 26 as blood shortage hits hospital. And so, bandit attack Nigeria immigration post, kidnap officer, cut away rifles. That's it. That's Nigeria for you. Ex-minister Mechi demands president resignation over Borno bombing. That's my story. I make you talk. When they say, when no talk, say no talk. AFCON final Senegal football. Ex-minister Ogunlaye saved Nigeria $900 million, says EFCC witness. Story. Fresh tension as Israel attack Iran Revolutionary Guards unit headquarters in Tehran. Lawyers demand probe into mob killing of elderly woman over witchcraft accusation. Imagine. Benin Traditional Council summons TikTok Pella over palace breach, demand apology. Now him now it is in other places where they go. I saw what he was doing when he went to Igbo land. Our own people say they are very, very careless with their own culture. They don't even care. Where they were making jest of everything. Benin Traditional Council summoned TikTok Pella over palace breach, demands apology. Nigerian soldier caught in robbery. That is it now. This one will be lying. Nigerian soldier caught in robbery operation in Abia admits stealing 4.9 million from victim. You see him? That is what they do. In the southeast, that is the insecurity in the southeast is caused by these people. You know, when we say it will be as if maybe because we are Igbos or because we are Biafrans. That's what we are saying. Look at it. This one is reporting from their own media. Nigerian soldier caught in robbery operation in Abia State admits stealing 4.9 million. 4.9 million from victim. This is the one they capture. Oh, God have mercy. God have mercy. IEDs now look like normal parcel. Nigerian police counterterrorism warns public. I never see anything. Boko Haram will show on Ashegi. UK declares national incident as meningitis outbreak spread cases rise to 20. VP Shetima mourns victim of Borno bombing. Nonsense. They mourn. Nobody kill them. Ukraine could face missile shortage in conflict with Russia. Russia President Zelensky laments. Nigerian troops airstrike reportedly killed 61 ISWAP fighters, foiled drone attack in Borno. After they have decimated Borno, that is when you wake up. You wait for them to strike before you come and do your damage nonsense broadcast. No need to kneel before queen for investment if Nigeria works. Of course, that is true. That's what he has gone there to beg. That just like Mazen Nanukanu said, in everything they want to do, they go and beg their daddy Britain. Independent country. Independent country, go and beg their daddy Britain before they do anything. Rural petition, Inspector General Disu, over deployment of corruption, laden policemen to facilitate unity. That is it. Kenya arrests Nigerian national, recover suspected narcotic from trafficking network. That's what Nigeria gives everywhere they go. Nigerian filmmaker Wale Adegoke reject financial hardship claim by veteran actor Papa Jasko. That is it. 11 vigilantes killed by a bandit in Katsina community as peace deal collapses. No, they will hold more peace deal. Nigerian Workers Forum accuses Tinubu government of delaying wages arrears. He goes and do election before he pay around. South Africans F criticizes CAF over stripping of Senegal AFCON title, alleges Moroccan influence. Nigerian crude oil production fall to lowest in 19 months amid Middle East crisis. When I never see anything, the ones who want to produce things, what I think I do. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being with us on this part. I appreciate everyone that have been able to join us on today's program. As time goes on, we're going to try to resolve the issues that we have, and we will continue our broadcast the way it's supposed to be. But meanwhile, before then, we will continue to push our program. We'll continue to push it for as much as we can. Like and share if you have not done so, and see you again later in the evening. Stay blessed.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
And